I had to heal from my deepest regrets starting today, this is exactly what I would do to turn that pain into my greatest source of power. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact process that completely shifted how I see my biggest mistakes and why your regrets might actually be the blueprint for your breakthrough. What if I told you that your deepest regrets aren't obstacles holding you back, but are actually a secret map to your future? While everyone's preaching living with no regrets, what if that advice is exactly what's keeping you stuck in shame and self-doubt? Today, we're diving into something that goes against everything you've been told about regret. And by the end of this, you'll understand why the most empowered people don't run from their pain, but they transform it into fuel. But before I show you this process, let me tell you about the lie that almost destroyed my peace of mind for years. I used to be that person replaying every mistake on repeat. My personal playlist of the greatest hits of the what ifs and if onlys. The job opportunity I was too scared to take. The relationship I stayed in way too long. And the words I said that I could never take back. And everyone around me kept saying the same thing. Just let it go. Live with no regrets. Stay positive. But here's what I discovered after years of trying to follow that advice. It's trash, and I can prove it. When you try to ignore regret, you're not healing from it. You're actually giving it more power over your life. You're letting it turn into this heavy shadow of shame that follows you everywhere. So if pushing through doesn't work and staying positive is just a spiritual bypassing, what actually does work? And that's where everything changed for me. Here's the shift that completely changed my relationship with my past. Your biggest regrets aren't punishments, they're teachers. Think of it this way. You only regret the things you truly care about, right? You regret hurting that friend because deep down you truly value genuine connection. You regret not taking that risk because you actually value courage and growth. You regret staying silent when you should have spoken up because you value your own voice and boundaries. Your regrets are literally a roadmap straight to the core of your values. They're showing you what matters to you, and that kind of clarity, that's pure gold. But most people never get this far because they're too busy running from the pain instead of learning from it. And that's exactly why they're staying stuck in the same pattern, making the same mistakes, feeling the same shame. So how do we actually flip this script? How do we turn that pain into power? It comes down to a simple 3-step process that I'm about to walk you through. Step 1, own it, don't dwell. Step 1 is about owning your choices without drowning in them. Stop fighting the feeling, just acknowledge it. Yes, I regret this. I feel disappointed, and that's completely normal. But listen, owning it is not the same as dwelling on it. Dwelling keeps you chained to the past. Owning it lets you stand in the present and decide what happens next. You can't change what's happened, but you have 100% control over what you do with that lesson moving forward. Once you've made peace with that feeling, that's when the real work begins. Number 2, investigate, don't judge. Step 2 is where you become a detective of your own growth. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd show your best friend. Instead of beating yourself up, start asking gentle questions. What can I learn from this? What value did I ignore? What does this feeling tell me that I need more of in my life? This isn't about blaming your past self, but it's about finding the wisdom hidden inside the past pain. Every mistake has a lesson to teach. And when you reframe regret as feedback, you break free from the cycle of shame and start using it for your growth. But here's where most people stop. They get the insight and think that's enough. But insight without action is just expensive therapy. Step 3, act on the lesson. Step 3 is the most important. You have to act on what you've learned. If you regret hurting someone, maybe the action is a sincere apology. If you regret not taking a chance, maybe it's taking a small calculated risk today. If you regret not setting boundaries, maybe it's finally having that difficult conversation. This is how you truly forgive yourself. Forgiveness isn't about pretending it never happened. It's releasing the burden by committing to becoming better. So you take what you've learned, and use it to build a person you're genuinely proud to be. We need to stop running from our regrets. We need to stop buying into this lie that a good life means a life with no regrets. A good life is one where you learn from everything, especially your mistakes. Your regrets aren't chains holding you to the past. They're a compass showing you what you value, where you need to grow, and how to build a more meaningful future. If this is making sense, and if you want more personal growth content, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. And I'll leave you with this. Your past doesn't have to define you, but it can absolutely guide you towards the person you're meant to become. Until next time, peace.